What's up everyone? I hope you're all doing well as usual. But I also hope that you've taken advantage of this move to the downside, as we did expect such a drop against the rejection of our resistance. And as you can see on the Discord, we did take advantage of this move with a major take profit above $54,000 yesterday. With that said, if you go back to the charts, in the previous update, if you remember, Bitcoin was right there. And what we wanted to see was a move up into our major resistance between $63,600 and $64,000. And if we saw a rejection of this area, we wanted to see a breakback below this low at $58,000. And as you can see, that's exactly what happened. With that said, has Bitcoin finally bottomed, and can you expect higher prices, or should you still expect lower prices to come in the future? And that's what I want to talk about in this update. But before we dive into the price action, I just want to talk about the mindset that you need to be in when trading this move. Because I know that a lot of you right now might be feeling FOMO as Bitcoin has bottomed at $53,000 and is now above $56,000. But there's really no need to feel this way. Do you remember what we did during this entire downtrend? Well, let me remind you of it. We missed this initial high, and when we saw this drop, we simply wanted to see a retracement to the upside and then look for short positions. So this was an easy short to take. And if you remember, personally, I did miss this trade simply because I wanted to see just a bit higher on the charts. So in that case, I missed two major highs. I missed this one and I missed this one. But in this case, I didn't feel FOMO. What I did is waited for retracements to the upside, and that's where I opened my next short position. I didn't trade this move because we had a lot of news on this day. So again, I waited for the news to come by, we got a drop, a retracement, and then I entered a short position. And then I entered another short right there. And finally, I entered another short yet again on this retracement to the upside. So again, during this entire downtrend, even though we missed this high, we did mention this short that I missed, but then we had very easy shorts on this move, on this move, on this move, and in my opinion also on this move. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 shorts, and personally I caught 3 of them. And right now I have the exact same mindset. If I just give you one more example, remember what happened right there. Bitcoin was here, we did an update, we wanted to see a break below $60,000 and then a bounce to the upside. And when we saw that bounce, we waited for retracement, and that's where I entered a long position, right on the low of this move. If I show you the trade quickly, should be pretty close. So the trade is right there, as you can see, entry price at $60,100 and exit above $63,000. So if you go back to the charts again, my entry price was right there on this candle. I rode the trend higher and waited for our resistance to get hit, and then I looked for a short. And that's why right now there's no need to feel FOMO at all. Personally, I'm not in a long position. I've simply taken profits on my short, as I've showed you right there. So I've taken profits on my short, but I'm not in a long position yet. What I want to do is wait for a sign of strength on Bitcoin, a retracement, and that's where I'll enter a more confident and aggressive long position. I'm not in this game to catch every bottom and every top and then feel FOMO when I miss a bottom or a top. And you shouldn't do this as well. With that said, what's happening right now in the charts? The first thing I want to update you on is the Elliott Waves count, as we haven't looked at it in a while. And the last time we updated it was when Bitcoin put in this bottom at $56,500. If I remind you of it, this is what we were looking at. It was a wave 1, 2 into a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for a larger wave 3, and then a bigger drop into this larger wave 4. However, with today's price action and the break below this low, this count becomes invalidated. I cannot move this wave 4 to this low because the wave 4 compared to the wave 2 becomes too large. So what I'm looking at right now is simply a variation of this count. What we have, in my opinion, is the wave 3 right there, and now Bitcoin is correcting in this larger wave 4, and then we have a larger wave 5 to the upside for new all-time highs. So again, it's very simple. What we have is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a wave 5 for new all-time highs. However, I do also have another much more bearish count in case Bitcoin drops lower. But at this point, as Bitcoin seems like it's holding the support area, I don't feel a need to go over the much more bearish count. If we do see a larger drop, then of course I will update you on it. Back to Bybit's chart, what levels do we have on the chart? Below us, we have two interesting levels. The first one got hit, which was this wickless daily candle, which is also an imbalance. And if you don't know why wickless candles are important in my view, we do talk about them in our courses. So as you can see, we had the low of this candle at $54,500, which offered a very nice support yesterday on Bitcoin. And then lower, which is a much bigger area of interest in my view, would be the low of all of these imbalances, which come in at $50,900. So if we see another drop on Bitcoin and we reach this area, personally, I will be interested in very aggressive long position. But at this point, it does seem that this support level has offered a very nice support. And finally, if we do break this very important support area, in my opinion, you will see a much larger drop on Bitcoin, with my target being, if you take the volume profile of this move, we have the point of control at $43,000. But now as Bitcoin is still holding this area, there's really no need to worry about this level. So just know this level in your mind in case we get a quick drop and we reach again $43,000. With that said, what levels do we have above us? In my view, again, we have two major levels. The first one, which is the most important one, comes in at the $60,000 psychological level. So I would focus on this area primarily, between $59,700 and $60,400. And then above it, we have another area, but less important in my opinion, which come in right there. So between $61,500 and $62,200. On top of that, if I add the volume profile of this range, so from here, you can see that we have the value area low and the value area high on these two areas. And that's why this level is so important, because you have a psychological level, we have an imbalance, we have a bearish order block, and we have the value area low of the range right there. So if Bitcoin comes up and is able to reclaim this area, then personally I will view this bottom as a long-term bottom. However, if we get a bounce and a rejection, it's very easy for Bitcoin to come back below this low at $53,000. And that's mainly it for the charts. Honestly, it's very simple. We have this major resistance above us at $60,000, and then below us, if we do get a drop lower, we have this very interesting area around $50,000. So remember, if you're not in any trade right now, there's no need to feel FOMO at all. What you can do is wait for a rise, a retracement, and then you can enter a more aggressive long position. And if you want to look for shorts, in my view, honestly, unless we reach this level, it's not too smart to look for shorts right now, simply because Bitcoin has dropped so much. And personally, I never open shorts. When we have drops in price, I always do the opposite. When you have a rise, you want to look for shorts, and when you have a drop, you want to look for longs. So this being said, that was mainly it for this update. Remember the levels, guys. Let's go back on the 4-hour chart one last time. We have the $60,000 area, and then below us, if you do get another drop, we have the $50,000 area. With that said, that was mainly it for this update. If you guys have any questions, as always, I'm available inside the Discord. So see you soon, everyone, and good luck.